Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. This is a micro session because it is only 5 minutes long. A normal Reiki session with me is actually an hour. So this is just a tempter, a teaser, just to give you a little bit of taste of Reiki so that you can see if this is something that you would actually want in the future. Let's see, as far as getting a private session from me at least. So what I'm going to set the Reiki for is for whatever intention will benefit each of you the most. And if you have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention. Hello there, Miss Sherry. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that already. I do appreciate it. Let's see. So after we do the Reiki, then we're going to do 5 minutes of free-for-all questions. And so that will, let me mute my computer because that's awful loud. So after that, we'll do 5 minutes of free-for-all questions and do our cards of the day. So for right now, let's just get started with the Reiki. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Okay, so we're starting Reiki at 17:49 here, Central Time in the United States. That means that 54 after the hour, we will be finishing up. So for those of you who are in the United States and not familiar with military time, that just means 5:49, finishing up at 5:54. So yeah, 5:54 Central Time. So how many of you here don't know what Reiki even is, and you're not even sure what's going on? Is there anybody here that is not sure what's going on with this video? Four more minutes of Reiki left. For those of you who do know what's going on, what are you using the Reiki for today? Are you using it for whatever will benefit you the most, or are you setting the intention for something more specific? Nina, hello, hello. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about what Reiki is so you know what you've walked into here. Reiki is a healing modality. It's a supernatural healing modality or spiritual healing modality. Oh, so to alleviate some soreness, bring you some pain relief. Gotcha, Sherry. Very cool. So the word Reiki actually is a Japanese word, and when you translate it, it basically means universal life force energy. So what happens when you're receiving a Reiki treatment is that whoever is channeling the Reiki for you, they're actually, well, I guess I just said, they're actually channeling the Reiki or the universal life force energy into your body and into your aura. And what the Reiki does is it goes in and it finds the root of any issue that we may be working on. So let's say that we set an intention that we want to improve. Let's pretend, like I don't know you, but let's just say that you're married and say you want to improve your marriage. Then we would set that intention. And so the Reiki would go in and it would look at, okay, what's the biggest obstacle to an improved marriage here? And what is the root cause of that obstacle? And then the Reiki goes in and starts to dissolve that root cause. Now for some people, one session is enough to make a big enough difference. They're happy then with their marriage. For other people, it takes a little bit longer. It all just really depends on the root issues and how long they've been rooting around and digging and growing in a situation. So the Reiki just goes in, it finds the root of whatever the problem is that we're working on making improvements in, and starts to get rid of that. So that's why I always say that I'm sending Reiki for whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. But if you have something more specific you want the Reiki to help you with, feel free to adjust that intention. So if you have a specific need that you would like the Reiki to help you with, then you can just mentally in your own mind ask the Reiki to help you with that. So we have one more minute of Reiki left. now that I've done that. All that chitter chatter. So I hope that gives you a more clear understanding of what Reiki is. Reiki can actually be helpful in relationships, in medical situations, in financial situations. It's very helpful for people who have anxiety or any other kind of emotional things that are happening with them. It's good, yeah. Awesome. Glad I answered that for you. Shakoya, hello, hello. Glad to see you here. If you have trouble sleeping, Reiki can help with that. Alright, so we've done 5 minutes of Reiki. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. I think most of you know I do offer private Reiki sessions for individuals, long-distance Reiki sessions. All you have to do is contact me to schedule one of those. And all my contact information is on the website that is in the description box below this video. Alright, well, I guess we're opening the gates to questions and CODs because Shakoya showed up a little bit ahead of time, but right about the time I was going to say it anyway, so we're going to go ahead and honor that. For Shakoya, COD, COD. Shakoya, Shakoya. Alright, today, my dear, what you have is the Queen of Spirals showing up in reverse. This is telling me that sometime within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours. Oh, interesting. You're going to be dealing with a female who is feeling a little bit lost and like she doesn't know what to make her next step. And because this person is feeling lost and doesn't know what her next step is going to be, it impacts you to feel very similar feelings as well. So maybe this is somebody that you were making plans based around what they do. You may be feeling a little bit lost by the time you realize they're feeling a little bit lost with Shakoya. Or if that hasn't already happened. Mayam Jean-Pierre. Is Brandon the guy for her? Okay, so I can answer one question for you at a time, Marham. So we're going to ask if Brandon's the guy for you. I'm here several days a week. You can always ask another question another day. Is Brandon the best guy for Maham Jean-Pierre? At least for right now. Quite welcome, Shakoya. Okay, so Marham, I don't see him as being the best person for you for right now. I do think if you have some patience, then things can move forward in the future as long as you're not actually pushing for them. In other words, the cards are basically saying if you let things develop organically without trying to push things ahead of time, then there's going to be something beautiful that develops between you and Brandon. But right now is definitely not the time. He's got his defenses up. He's been through some kind of trauma or tragedy romantically, and he's like, done. All right. And then we've got you sitting here as the Queen of Swords, like you're looking at everything logically, and you're thinking, wow, you know, we really could make a great couple. So, you know, I don't know why we don't go ahead with it. But then next we have the Patience, the card for patience. And after the card for patience, we have the Chariot. So with that Patience card, that's not pushing anything. That's let things develop organically. Let him have time to lick his wounds and heal from the last thing. And then the last thing that we have over here is the World card in reverse. The World card in reverse is telling me that I think once you guys have spent some time together, you may realize that you're not exactly the perfect fit. But the way the energy is sitting right now, you will spend some time together before you actually come to that realization. You're quite welcome, Shakoya. Yasmin, hello. Do you want a question or a COD? We've got a little bit more time, Yasmin. Oh, thank you on the like. I appreciate that very much. By the way, those of you who have not seen a video like this by me before, if you would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Those of you who are helped by videos like this, please do like and please do share these videos with somebody else who you think that it might help them. Is Eric planning anything? Is Eric planning anything? That's open. How about, let's be more specific. Like, is Eric planning anything for this weekend? Is he planning anything for my birthday? I'm really glad that you're here today. Is Eric planning anything with Yasmin in the near future? You're quite welcome, Marham. I would say that he is. Eric's kind of a bossy guy. Let's see. I feel like he feels like, you know, it's his job to be the one who plans the things that are coming up, and he has no problem being the boss of all of that. And to be honest with you, whatever he's planning, I think it's not going to work out the way that he wanted to plan, the way he wanted it to, because I see him being kind of grumpy. And we've got the Strength card in reverse. That means not really happy with how things turned out. But whatever this is, he's going to make it work in the end. So, I'm curious. What kind of thing is Eric planning here that's not going to be exactly what he wants it to, but he's going to make it work anyway? Give us some more clues about that. La da da da, la da da. This looks to me like it has something to do with home, and it looks to me like he may be either one or the other of you has some kind of contract about your home, like it's a lease or a rental agreement that has a time. I think that he's planning on cutting that agreement short, or maybe talking to you about cutting your agreement short, or, you know, either way, cutting his or cutting yours. This is what this looks like to me. I do see that there is some confusion around this, though, and he also wants to make sure that that is not something that is going to cut the relationship. You know, he wants to make sure that you guys are not moving too fast. But this is definitely going to be talk about shortening some kind of contract, either for his place or your place, so that you guys can, I don't know, these cards aren't saying so you can necessarily move in together, although that's kind of where I would go with that. But it could even be just so that you guys could live closer, so you have less of a long distance relationship if that's the case. But there's something coming up. I think he's going to be talking to you about that situation. So I hope that makes sense for you. All right, so I think that covers everything that we set out to accomplish for this video. Thank you all of you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Those of you who would like to order a private reading, if any of these cards made you think, ooh, I need to find out more, you know, I'm always happy to do private readings, and you can find all my contact information in the description box below on my website. Best way to get a hold of me is either call me or text me if you're in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S., just get a hold of me by Skype, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful day.